to the post-match reaction. Really, really don't want to do this after a game like that. Like, just, yeah, super, super disappointed. Newcastle have just beaten Man United 2-1 with 10 men, basically for 45 minutes, would you say 50 minutes when Jacob Ramsey went off? I think it was.
Pretty much.
And even that in itself, I mean, we'll get into decision-making and stuff, but that was pathetic. That was easily the worst performance under Carrick, Sam, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, that was reminiscent of the Everton 10-man thing almost, wasn't it? Like, that was very similar performance, strangely. Just no creativity, no sort of desire, lots of mistakes, and just not acceptable, man. Like, just not acceptable, really. I mean, we knew it was coming under Carrick. They knew it was going to be a loss at some point, but to lose in that way, that's really, I'm livid. Like, I'm like sort of quietly calm because they're trying to be professional on the camera, but on the surface, I'm fucking livid.
That was really, really bad. That, like, I didn't realize the performance levels could still drop that fucking low. You know what? As soon as I saw Newcastle's team from the start, I thought, oh, that could be quite dangerous. Like, the pace that they had up front with Gordon, Ilanga, and I thought, if United are out for this, and I called it, I said this game will be a banana skin, because I knew when you go to St James's Park, especially off the back of they've just lost to Everton at home, the fans ain't going to accept that. And that from minute 0 to 90. They had way more intensity than us. The second balls, aerial duels, everything was just way better. And that's what won in the game. And that's what you get with Newcastle. When you go into St James's Park, that's the type of game that you should expect. And do you know what's the most damning thing for me, Sam? Whenever we have a game midweek, it's like the kids. It's like they can't handle 2 games in a week. When we've got one game a week and everything's all plain sailing and nice, we could put in a performance. You remember West Ham went to their stadium. Yeah. You know, midweek and just the levels were dropped. And you're thinking, lads, you're going to be, if you want to get it, you're going to be in the Champions League next season with an FA Cup and a Carabao Cup to play with it. What are they going to do then? Like, it's almost, they can't handle the workload, which is bizarre to me.
It's weird. Like, under Carrick, we've sort of found ways to win and win ugly in certain games. Like, we haven't played the best in like certain games, but we found a way to win. But you knew that because we've done that a couple of times, like we did it last week, we've done it against like a couple of other teams. You knew this result was going to come at some point because you can't keep doing that. Like, you have to sort of put in performances. Like, we put in performance against City and we put in performance against like the big teams, but teams like this, you need to be like standing up and being accountable. So for Carrick now, he has suffered his first loss. The answer is like, how do you answer this going into, obviously we've got a week and a half now.
3 weeks.
Oh, is it 3 weeks? Sorry.
3
weeks till Villa. So he's got 3 weeks to figure this out and like get a result against Villa, who, again, we could have capitalised and put a further gap between us and Villa today because they lost points to Chelsea and we could have pushed ourselves up the table even further. But yeah, really, really poor performance, man. Really poor.
Yeah. I think the one of the biggest things I took away from this game today was there is a reason why players like Ugarte and Malacio and guys like this are not getting minutes. Not the same for Joshua Zirkzee, because I thought Zirkzee was actually decent.
No, he had a good shot. He had
nearly scored an absolute world-class goal. But Malacio, when you look at him for that goal, he gives it away. So a simple pass that goes out wide when you're trying to keep the pressure on Newcastle, right? 10 men.
Can't keep up with him either, can he? Like, he just fucking...
It's the way it all starts, though. So we've got possession, right? We're doing horseshoe back, kind of side to side. It goes out to Malacio. He plays a pass. It goes out for a throw-in. It's the simplest pass you'll ever make in your life, and he misses down low and he goes out for a throw-in. They then pick it up, go on the counter-attack, hoof it up to Osula, whatever his name is, and the defending, honestly, like, it's genuine stuff you would see in an under-12 tournament. Like,
he had like 20 yards around him, didn't he? Just in a circle.
He's standing off. Don't close him down. Like, it's just awful. If anyone ever thought you can get back into the team, you're having a fucking laugh, mate. Like, so bad.
That Europa League game when we saw him, it's like, this guy's done. Like, he's not got it anymore.
Ugarte as well, though, when he came on, like, it's just moments. So he got pushed off the ball again. He has it. Like, if he's lucky at the minute, he gets a 20-minute segment in the game, don't he, where he comes on max. And in that, there is at least one time where he just gets bullied off the ball and gives away a silly transition, and just stupid little things like that. From the substitutes. I thought Ahmad could have been brought on earlier as well. I was waiting.
Yeah, I would have brought him at a half time because I thought Mbumo had a really poor game. I thought Mbumo was like not great. I thought
all the attackers did really. To be honest.
That's probably his worst game for us. I think Mbumo. I just think he decision making was poor. His touch at times let him down. That shot when he sort of who makes the original shot and makes the goalie make a save? Is it Cunha? He makes the goalie make a save and it spills out.
Oh yeah,
and he just leans back and just fucking skies it.
Snatches
like,
at it.
Oh, yeah, mate, come on, you got to do better than that. You've got to do better.
Very untidy from a lot of the players. Off the ball work wasn't nowhere near. Like Carrick looked fuming. Yeah. I thought Kobbie Mainoo was very untidy on the ball in the first half as well. Yeah. Give it away quite a lot.
Midfield got bullied, didn't it? Our midfield just got really bullied by like Joe Linton.
Joe Linton was unreal.
Tonali as well. Like they just fucking like bullied us, and you could tell like Casemiro was like not up to it. Kobbie Mainoo was all over the place. I think Bruno was trying. Like there was the amount of passes he was making.
He should have had a few assists, to be honest. Yeah, he missed a fucking sitter.
Yeah, he missed a sitter. He was trying to make things happen, but just the front line was letting him down. But yeah, our midfield just got bullied out. Like it just shows you how important that depth needs to be in that midfield because we had no options. Because like you said, Ugarte, like he didn't show up, did he? It's just like when Casemiro and Kobbie don't work, we've got nothing. No. We've got nothing in there. No.
Right, let's get into everyone else's thoughts. If you are just joining us live or join us later on, get your opinion in on that absolute dog shit performance. Al Williams saying dog shit that. Yep, he's agreeing with me. Josip saying absolute disgrace, 10 men. Bafor saying shit performance. Andy saying it's been coming. Performances have been dropping every week. Yeah. Tim99 saying about that as well. I put a thing in the chat before dinner, Sam. In the last 5 games, 3 teams have had a man sent off against us. So Tottenham, Crystal Palace, and Newcastle.
And we struggled against nearly every single one of them. Like we weren't dominant by any means in the situation. So that's a warning sign.
JP and Flo saying Carrick killed us with substitutions and Ahmad should have started the game. Johnny saying go get me Nagelsmann and go sell Shaw and Dallo. I think that's a bit harsh. You know, he's literally his first game he's lost, but okay. I watched him last year get cuts in the under-21s and then he brought on a fresh Murphy to go against him. Thing is, though, like we was kind of forced into that decision when
we had nobody else. We had nobody else. Like, Maz is injured. You've already took Sean off.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna. I like Goodwill Kakonki and he can play left back, but it's not the situation to put him on. Like it just isn't. So it's like, what do you want him to do?
Another nitpicking thing I kind of picked up there is when we couldn't play through them. Le Mans was going long quite a lot, but it seemed like he was going long to Cunha versus Trippier, and Trippier won that battle every single time. I don't understand why Sesko couldn't drift wide onto one of the wing backs and you play Cunha off him. It's like he kept trying it and it didn't work. And we still like 4 or 5 times Trippier won that battle and actually had a decent game, to be fair. It was like for Kieran Trippier, I thought it was good, even though Cunha was decent at the same time as well. Like experienced, proper gritty defenders.
He knows
him
what
and Dan Burn.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing. Like he knows exactly. Like when the Cunha tries to get him sent off with the sort of dive thing, he knows what he's doing. Like he knows exactly what he's doing.
The situation, Sam, obviously in the first half, we've got to discuss the simulation. Obviously, Jacob Ramsey was booked for the first one was kind of we had a transition and he pulled was it Casemiro or Cunha back? One of them, I can't remember. Yeah. Got booked, which I think we both agree was correct, right?
Yeah.
For being booked for that.
Yeah.
What about the quote unquote dive? What did you make of that?
I don't think it was a dive, personally.
No, I agree.
He doesn't theatrically like throw himself, like he doesn't try and fall. He sort of stumbles a little bit and then sort of like goes down. I don't think he was looking for a penalty, if I'm honest. Mm-hmm. Like I really don't. So I don't think he should be booked for simulation. So he shouldn't have been sent off. But like when those situations fall into your lap, you've got to take advantage of them. Like United think they're saying, so you got to take advantage of them. We didn't.
Even Newcastle
looked like they were playing against us. We had 10 men. We didn't look like we had one extra. Like they looked like they had an extra.
Because I thought, mate, like obviously because Bruno gets a goal on the stroke of our time, it's like the 53rd minute. Not Bruno, sorry, Casemiro, but another assist for Bruno Fernandes. The identical goal to Fulham, by the way, like literally the exact same kind of set piece.
Very similar to the goal scored with Shaw in the Carabao Cup final as well, wasn't it? Like off the edge of the box into the thing.
And you think, okay, that's perfect. Stroke of half time. Second half, now you just got to come out of the blocks fighting, and you probably get the win here. And when you look at other games around us, all the teams like Villa have just dropped points to Chelsea, Liverpool dropped points to Wolves. It's a massive opportunity. Like I said before the game to Kayla, I was like, if we win this, I think Champions League football, I think we'll pretty much solidify it, barring a major fuck up. But then you lose to 10 men. That's a massive opportunity missed tonight to gain points on so many teams. It's like really, really disappointing. So yeah, I agree with you on the Ramsey situation. I don't think he should have been sent off. I actually think, if I'm being like completely honest, I thought the ref had a stinker for Newcastle.
Oh yeah,
tonight.
he was bad. He was really.
He
bad.
was really bad. Like a lot of decisions, I was like, I'm not sure about that. Was going against him. So in a way, if you're a Newcastle fan sat there watching that, you're like, it's justice really, because they deserved it more than us. You got to be honest in it, Sam.
Yeah, they worked harder than us. They had the sort of fight and the grit. Like they went down to 10 men and you wouldn't notice. Like they worked hard for each other. They blocked out, like you said, Trippier had a really good game. Dan Bernard, Ramsdale, fucking hell. He made some really 2 top saves. The Kobe Manu one where it's bending in the top corner. That was a really good save. And then obviously the Joshua Zirkzee one with his thing. And then Lenny Yoro, as well. Like it's another one.
Chance missed.
Like
such a huge
3
chance.
Really good chances, and he made brilliant saves to keep his team in the game. So like, you've got to give credit to Newcastle, man, because like we just didn't have that sort of fight in us.
But the second half, I wanted us to come out and start pinning them back. Keep over the ball. When you lose it, quick counter press, get it back, reset, and go. And he was dominating us with 10 men. It was like I was watching it, scratching my heart. I think, am I watching the right thing here? Like, how have these got 10 men and we just don't look at it at all? It was like so bizarre. Just I'm sick of. I get that we're in a bit of a honeymoon period at the moment, right? And we was going to lose at some point. It was going to happen. But it all comes back to how you lose. If you lose a game against City or Arsenal, and you're competitive, and they win 2-1 and nick 1 or something,
go out swinging. That's what you want, innit?
You can say, okay, fair enough. They're a better team on the day. It happens how it happens. But just the way we did it, man, like that is, it's really, really embarrassing for me to say that these guys can't play 2 games in a week. Really, really, like if we're talking about, okay, we're gonna have to go buy some midfielders, you have to buy a lot of squad depth for this team because it falls off a cliff.
We're losing somebody like Casemiro, who like under Carrick's arguably one of the best players under Carrick, like clutch Cass as we like to call him. You're losing him. You're probably going to sell Ugarte, which I think is the correct decision. There's 2 midfielders gone. Like automatically. You already wanted to bring 2 midfielders in, so does that mean you have to bring in 4? Like, do you know what I mean? Like that's worrying, man. Like there's a lot of depth that you need to cover there in that midfield, and other areas need addressing, like people have touched on, like Shaw, Dallo, the fullbacks. Maybe you need a winger because we've got no width at all on that left-hand side. So yeah, it's a worrying situation.
Paul Scholes is a weird one, and he's just put on Instagram. Michael has definitely got something special about him because United have been crap the last 4 games. Knight and then Tonali with a love heart, which is like that's really, really bizarre. Does
he support United or what?
It is a little bit weird, isn't it?
Like, it's honestly so weird. Like, we're living in a weird situation. Steven Gerrard was complimenting Michael Carrick yesterday. How good of a job he's been doing. And then we've got Paul Scholes who's just slagging the team off continuously. Like, it's weird. So weird.
Paul Scholes on Instagram. Oh, sorry that. What a weirdo. Been waiting for us to lose since January. And he's saying we aren't creating chances at all with patterns. It's all off the cuff. And I felt like the reason why I was mentioning Ahmad before to bring him on was I felt like we needed width.
Yeah, like, some directness.
Like, width. Yeah. Like, Ahmad's your guy. Mbumo, like, call it, people can have those kind of games. Call a spade a spade. He weren't having a good game. He just looked off it. Take is it prerogative? Is that the right word? Initiative.
Yeah.
Take the initiative, 50, 55 minutes, get him off and get Ahmad done. Because I don't think Ahmad got on the ball enough. Like, we only got him in 1 or 2 situations max where he could run at the defender.
What, 75 minutes?
Yeah. And
like 15 minutes. Like, he needs half an hour minimum. Like, half an hour minimum to sort of get into the game and stuff like that. So, yeah, Mbumo had a really poor game. Like, really poor game. So, I don't know why Carrick didn't realise that sooner and get him off. Because normally he's quite good with his substitutes. He's quite sort of on it and like get stuff done. And this time he just didn't seem to want to do it. He just seemed to like give Mbumo more and more time, and it just it didn't work.
Yeah, agreed. A game 3 days after a game, we struggle. Substitutions wasn't great, but we need more depth as Malacia and Ugarte shouldn't be near the team. Awful.
Yeah.
Ray and 8 are saying Mbumo's been shocking recently. Take a goal and assist out of his game, and he offers next to nothing. That's way too harsh.
That's not true. That's not true.
No, Mbumo's been really, really good. He has the odd game where, like anyone could use had games like that. Ahmad's had games like that. Bruno's had games like that. I thought Sesko was lacking quite a lot of service today as well. When he did get hold of the ball, he was making use of it.
He was good on the ball. He was good on the ball when he got it.
He felt like he was finding pockets of space, but then wasn't really getting on it. Like, he wasn't getting that. There was a couple of times, maybe perhaps when Bruno was on the edge and he fizzed the ball in or whatever, then you think, okay, maybe you can do a little bit better. But did feel like a bit of a graveyard shift with him. I don't know if you agree.
Yeah, there was that one opportunity where he gets it into his feet and then he gets like 3 defenders and it sort of pings around the defenders and then ends up like Tonali gets in with a tackle and sort of takes it off him. I think that was it, really, wasn't it? Like, he didn't really have an opportunity of note that I can remember, which says it all, really. Like, normally you see he gets like 3 or 4 shots off in a game. Like, normally that's his sort of average, and I don't remember him having a shot at all in this game. But when he did get on the ball, very quick feet, very good precision passing, quick 1-2s and stuff. So I like that. Like, he was trying. Like, he was trying. Like, it wasn't a Højlund situation where it was just terrible all around and he's just like trying too hard. So yeah, like you said, Bruno was trying to get him in the game, but everybody else just wasn't. So it's one of those.
Tired and leg in. I agree with Andy here, saying, I'll tell you what, with players leaving, and if we get Champions League football, Ineos needs to get the checkbook out because the squad needs a squad. It is lacking real depth at the minute when you look at the players that come on. Like, I was thinking at the time, I forgot Malassi was even on the bench when Mazraoui was like pointing to his knee. I was like, fucking hell, we have to bring on a young kid here. Like,
I was going to say, I was like, oh, is Kogonki after to come into this? And I was like, oh no, Malassi's there. He's still here.
Obviously, you can always bring on like a centre back or something like that. But I just think, such a fucking shocking performance, man. I was getting so fucking wound up in that second half. For 20 minutes, you watch it and thinking, they're dominating us. We're not getting nowhere near him. Like, what's going on, lads? You want Champions League football? Like, it's there. Go grab it. You know what I mean? Like, nobody wants it. You look at the Premier League this weekend, like, it has been absolutely mad. Like, City have just drew to Nottingham Forest near the bottom of the table.
Yeah.
Chelsea smashed Villa and they've just lost to Arsenal. Wolves beat Liverpool.
Yeah.
Everton are starting to push up into contention now with those kind of places. Tottenham are level on points now, I think.
West Ham and Forest.
West Ham and Forest, right? So they play Crystal Palace tomorrow.
West Ham are in the relegation zone on goal difference alone. So say West Ham get a win or Spurs lose, which is entirely possible. Spurs might find themselves in the relegation zone.
Yeah, and which, it makes me feel slightly better. But
Chivy would be balling if that happens, won't it? He'd be absolutely loving it.
Speaking of Chivy's in the chat, big up Chivy saying, we missed that fluidity up front and Boomo stuck on the right and didn't help. Like to see him mix it up before, but that's football. I agree, and Boomo all-around game has dropped dramatically. He's just been getting goals and assists. Ahmad for Boomo at half-time. I think that was the decision to make.
Yeah,
certainly.
I agree.
And, you live and learn. Maybe they was thinking, if anyone's going to get goal or assist, he's the guy who's, is our top goal scorer, really, in it. So do you want to take the top goal scorer off?
Did you see Hertzler's comment as well after the Arsenal game?
What?
He said there was only one team trying to play football in this game, and it wasn't Arsenal.
Yeah.
They said, I wouldn't want to win a title that way, but that's what they're going to do. So yeah, he wasn't happy with it at all.
Yeah, when I look at this game on a calendar, when I look at when United fixtures come out in the Premier League, I look at Newcastle St James's Park as one that I just hate going to. Never ever like going in because it doesn't matter what kind of form that they're in.
The record's really
Our
bad
record
for us
against Newcastle is it's not great, and that's kind of continuing, which is weird because we've gone against the grain a little bit this season with that. Like Palace, we've beaten both times. Brighton in the Premier League, Bournemouth as well. Yeah. So yeah, it's tough, innit? Ed Paul saying it seems that Boomo feeds on sweet potatoes before the game. Indecisive though, it's understandable. I really don't get that comment. Am I missing something there?
I don't know. I have no idea.
No idea. 3 weeks now, Sam, before we play Aston Villa. You look at that game now. We could have gone ahead by 3 points, and now we're level on points with them. If they beat us when we return, the Champions League conversation's back on again, saying we won't we get it that easy.
It's like we could have gone into Villa with it, like you said, a gap of 3 points and a free hit, really. And if we got away with a draw against Villa, like it would have been a good result because we won at Newcastle and we're still ahead. But now it's like, well, we're going to have to win to sort of make sure we stay in the top 4 race and stay within that Champions League thing. Because like I said, Chelsea are now have just absolutely smashed Villa. So Villa are going to be looking for a result to come back to. We need to get a win. You've got other teams breathing down our necks and stuff. So yeah, it's going to be a long time thinking about that result in it now.
Yeah,
we have to dwell on that for a while, which is never good before an international break when you think about like a loss.
H has just put something on Twitter, which I think is pretty nailed on. He's put, it's why I'm pretty confident Carrick doesn't want or won't get the job. He's short on the training sessions, made the arrival times later, less physical work, and this is likely to boost morale, get players on side and put smiles on faces, but that lack of sharpness physically will catch up. It's been pretty notable over the last few weeks how much the team has dropped off on and off the ball, even the urgency off the ball when there's space to hit. It's one of the reasons he probably wanted to keep players like Sesko and Ahmad as fresh as possible for injections of pace in the latter stages of the game. I think that's bang on, to be honest.
I've just seen some stats from Diego Dallo in 20 minutes in his cameo. 0 tackles won, 0 out of 2 crosses completed, 1 out of 5 duels won, dispossessed 2 times, 2 fouls committed. That is a horror show of a performance coming on off the bench, isn't it? That is terrible.
He's another one where you scratch your head in it. You really don't know where you stand with him, because sometimes you think, okay, he's kicking on now and he's performing well,
and then he does that,
and then he has cameos like that, and you think, oh no, he's still the exact same player that he was. And that's the worrying thing for me, the way we can just drop off so much like that in a flash. Scary. But that's been the Premier League all season. The Champions League race is just open to fucking between one person's going to miss out. You know, we're still in a favourable position. I don't want to be too over.
And it's probably going to be 5th as well, the way the English teams.
I mean, because of the coefficient, I think it's pretty strong in it. So 5th position is still up there. So Chelsea, Liverpool, United, or Villa, one of them are going to miss out.
Yeah.
And the other, the other one. No, is that right? 3 teams.
Yeah, one will miss out. One will miss out because you've got Villa, Chelsea, United, but there's only 2 positions up for grabs, isn't there? Really?
Yeah. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure you guys didn't really expect full blown perfect analysis on that game, because it's a really frustrating game, and you have to give credit to Newcastle. You've got to give them credit, because they played from minute 1 to 90 that they actually wanted to win the game, and they wanted a response, and they give the fans that. And even when they went down to 10 men, they still played better football than us. So full credit to them, even though they did treat it like a cup final. But hey,
the way the crowd was reacting was like,
I get it, because you're down to 10 men and they won the game. It's against United, you know, the most informed team. It's that first loss of 2026, by the way. So I understand, but at the same time, like, they seem to think we're rivals for whatever reason. It's very, very bizarre.
Yeah, I think Carl had this stat. Before this, we had the 2nd longest unbeaten run in Europe, I think. Up until then. So, like, perspective is one thing. And I think with a full team, like, say we've got Leacher in the team and the injuries aren't an issue and stuff, we are a top 5 team.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's just like you said, the squad depth is a problem with us. We don't have the depth to compete. And you see it, like, we play two games in 5 days. We can't do it. Like, we're just not capable of doing it right now.
Carrick's just been speaking on a loss against Newcastle. He says, we've lost 1 game. We have not played well enough tonight. Hurts, but we'll be better. And for the next one, we're not satisfied with the performance. We knew it'd be difficult, but it was a match we could have won. We are deeply disappointed. Yeah, back to the drawing board. I mean, to be fair, if they're not fresh after 3 weeks, I don't know what's going to help them, because they should be fit, firing, and ready to go by the time we come back against Aston Villa. And this is the last stretch now, isn't it?
Yep.
With 10, 9 games, whatever it is. Start getting points on the board, and we'll solidify Champions League football, and we can start talking about bringing players in and stuff. And moving on. So there we are. There we have it, people. Please do leave a like on the video for us if you can. Subscribe to the channel for any reaction after the game. It'll all be on our socials, so please do drop us a follow on that. And we'll be back at some point over the next couple of days. Yeah, appreciate you all. See you in a bit.
Peace.